everyone, my name is Mehek. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are all fine, and like always, I also hope that you guys are reading. Back with the book of the week that I finished, an absolutely enchanting and magical read, I would say. It's called The Snow Child. That's how it looks. It's a paperback. The author is Eowyn Ivey. It's, I think, 400 pages plus, but an absolutely delightful read. It has elements of magical fairy tale, I would say. It has elements of human emotions and the harsh realities of Alaskan winters, and also some folklore. Why folklore? Now, this book is inspired by this Russian folktale, which is basically about these two elderly couple who are childless, and they make the snow child, and the next thing you know, the snow child, in the morning turns into a real girl. So the book is originally inspired from that folklore. Coming to our major plot now, our main characters are Jack and Mabel. The story takes place in the 1920s in Alaska. So Jack and Mabel have kind of escaped their past reality, and they have shifted to Alaska recently. Now, the thing is that they suffered a miscarriage, and they wanted to isolate themselves from this past reality because there was this constant reminder of their loss by their friends and family who had healthy children of their own. Now, they wanted to escape all of that and live a life of homesteaders, in Alaska, in this Alaskan wilderness. And they really thought that all this solitude would, kind of heal their relationship, would give them the time to spend with each other, work on their relationship, and kind of rekindle the love back. But sadly, things didn't pan out the way they thought it would. Because the Alaskan winter is just so harsh and the work is too much. So Jack, the husband, is basically crumbling down because of all the farm work. It's just, he's in his mid-50s and there is just too much of work. Whereas Mabel is alone at house and she is suffering from loneliness. They're childless, so she doesn't have anyone to spend time with. There's loss of hope, and further things between them are not getting better. They're not connecting with each other. There's no communication happening. It's absolutely deserted, not many people around. So ultimately, they went with an idea of healing their relationship, but that is not happening. However, this is where things start to turn for them. The first winter of, the first year that they go, the first winter arrives, the first snowfall arrives, and Mabel and Jack, they want to kind of forget their loneliness and all that's happening through, and they decided to step outdoors and build a snow child, just act like their children themselves and be happy and build a snow child. Now, they build this really beautiful snow child with, actually a snow girl with all the scarf and mittens. And they go to sleep. Now, next morning, what happens is that the snow child is not around. It's gone, and so is the scarf and mittens. And where they build the snow child, there are actually foot marks leading to the woods. Now, they're very surprised what is wrong, because even the scarf and mittens are gone, and these footprints, it's just because there's no one around. They've never seen anyone around. So what is happening? Slowly and steadily, they start seeing glimpses of a girl running around in the woods, and she has her red fox with her. And at this point of time, Jack and Mabel, they start questioning themselves. Is this for real? Is this girl, the snow child that they built? Are they going crazy? Is this some kind of a cabin fever that people are talking about that they have? Some amount of craziness, like what's happening? Who is this girl? Finally, one day, Jack is able to track this girl to the woods and convinces her to follow him to the woods. She finally comes to the woods. She calls herself Faina. That's her name. A blonde, beautiful girl who has her red fox as her companion. She is like this wild animal, so she is shy to enter their cabin and talk to them initially. But she's also very fierce and because she stays out in the woods, she looks after herself in ways that you cannot imagine, you know. And Jack and Mabel are completely shocked how a young girl like this lives in the wood and looks after themselves. Soon what happens is that Fena becomes a part of their family. The loneliness that the couple is experiencing starts vanishing, or I would say starts lessening down. Fena becomes like a child they never have. But although because she's a child of the woods, she is not someone who, you know, really stays with them. She keeps visiting them on and off, and especially during the springtime, she is gone for months to a place where they don't know. They don't know where she stays, about her whereabouts, nothing at all. All that we know is that when she comes back again during the winter, she brings a lot of gifts with her, like she brings berries and meats, exotic meats and furs, etc. for Mabel and Jack. So they really start, you know, it's like a family that forms where Jack and Mabel really starts caring about her, and similarly, Fena also starts caring about about Jack and Mabel. Both of the couple actually starts taking pride and joy. You know, they start treating her like her daughter, but she's a daughter. I mean, she's a child of the woods. She is part of the family, but not really a part, because she goes on and off, and you know, she's coming and she's going, and until one day, you know, it gets warmer and warmer, and actually I would stop here because I do not want to reveal the end to you, but I will just say that the end is something that I think brought me to tears. Almost brought me to tears, I would say. It's a beautiful, emotional ending, and I would really want you guys to read this book, so I will spare the spoiler and not talk about the end. But what I will say is that it's an absolutely beautiful and emotional read. It's a slow read, I will warn you that, but it's a very enchanting read. You know, it reminded me of the times when you used to sit with your granny, and you know, they used to share some fairy tales or folklores, and you're so, you know, it used to go at a slow pace, but you're also engrossed listening to that story. You know, you're completely immersed in that world. And I think that's what happened here with this book. I was completely immersed in this winter landscape, you know, and I was just imagining their cabin in this wild place. And I think that is what is the charm of this book. I love the characters, Jack and Mabel, you know, they're so real, like as a couple, it's so real, like they're flawed, they're not connected with each other, you know, you have moments when they're absolutely not connected with each other, but yet how they rely on each other for support is absolutely amazing. You would really enjoy about reading their lifestyle, you know, how they come and they get used to the harsh realities of Alaskan winter and how they befriend neighbors. You know, Mabel also makes a really nice friend who is so, you know, who is outspoken but so much fun. Her name is Esther, and she plays a huge role in also helping, you know, Mabel come out of this despair and loneliness feeling. So yeah, all in all, I would say it's a very beautiful read. So if you're someone who is interested in magic of fairy tales and folklores, and also exploring human emotions, I would definitely recommend this book to you. Yeah, so I'm going to see you next week with another title. That was all on this wonderful, wonderful read. You guys take care and keep reading. Bye-bye.